guys, welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Diaries. I'm your host Martin Lang, and today we're going to be talking about the last edition of the editions of the Macallan Edition number 5. Macallan has been releasing a single edition since 2016, the first one being obviously edition number 1. All of them represented different aspects of the whiskey experience. So edition number 1 was actually done by the whiskey master Bob, and he basically just picked all sherry casks. The second one was more about culinary experience, so it was a collaboration with one of the best restaurants in the world in Catalonia. The number 3 was actually made by a perfumer, so working on the aromas. The number 4 was made to represent, to actually signal the commemoration of the creation of the new Macallan distillery. That was 2018, and the last one that we got is about color. So this got released in 2019, and this is edition number 5. Now, this was a collaboration with something that is called the Pantone Color Institute. This institute got created in the 1960s, and it actually is used by basically anything that has to do with printing media, anything that has to do with color or whatever. They created a system in which they can match color with anything, well, the different colors, and you can use this as a reference. You can actually create new colors, you can do collaborations with them, and so on and so on. But most famous is for creating the CMYK code that you use for Photoshop or for printing or anything like that. That is cyan, magenta, what was the other one? And black, and the fourth color that I can't remember now is basically that combinations of colors that can give you all the printing bases that you can get. Now, Pantone, Macallan approach Pantone, and they create this basically really complex color that is called purple. Purple is considered the most complex color out of the rainbow. So they found, the vice president of Pantone decided that this would be the best color to match the complexity of Macallan, because Macallan's the color, if you know Macallan and you've been drinking Macallan for a while, you can tell that the color of the whiskey itself, anything from all the ranges that they got from anything from like a light hue to like a really deep purple red color. So they basically matched the wood, as I said in previous versions. There's a lot of information in the box, so all the different types of wood that you can get, they cover the different rainbows and the different colors of the barrels, and also they give you the Pantone code that you can find online. So for instance, the first one is the first bourbon barrel, first fill, that is called Pantone 7563C. So if you look that online, it will actually give you the color, and they put it over here. These barrels are all American oak, sherry seasoned American oak, obviously. So that means that they bring the American oak all the way to Jerez, they fill it up with sherry cask, then they emptied it and they sent to Macallan to produce. This particular collaboration has 3 types of barrels, most of the edition, except for the perfume edition number 3. So this one has a 37% of hogshead, 33% of barrel, and 30% of butt. So barrel, I will assume, is just the standard 450 liter barrel. The hogshead is between 550 to 600 liters, and the butt is 500 to 550. Now, as I said in previous episodes, the size of the barrel matters regarding to how much flavor is going to impart on the whiskey. The smaller the barrel, the bigger the flavor, more surface contact, so it gives more flavor. The bigger the barrel, the less contact, so it's more lighter flavors. So it's a little bit of a balance between how much flavor you want to get into the whiskey using what type of barrel. This one is 48.5%. The first edition is 48%, edition number 2 is 48.2, edition number 3, 48.3, edition number 4, 48.4, and the last one is edition number 5, which is 48.5. I particularly really enjoy that little numbers, just to match the additions to the AVV. And again, this one is based on specifically on color, and how Macallan has a very, very particular type of color that is very different to other whiskies. All editions are highly collectible. Once the limited releases is one is done, that is done. As I said before, like edition number 1 in 2016 went for like $150, $180, and now it goes for 4 years later for $2,000 or more if you can find it. I would call that a pretty reasonable investment. And as I always say, buy 2 bottles, one for yourself and one to drink, and one to keep. Because I don't believe in storing whiskey without ever tasting it. So this edition number 5, it was all ex-American oak wet with sherry casks. The color, as you can see, it actually has a little bit of a, I'm not sure if it's because it's standing next to the bottle, but it has a little bit of a purple hue in it. But you can see that this is a different type of color to other of the Macallans as well. Obviously, American oak is different to European oak, but American oak filled with sherry and stuff imparts a different flavor than just European oak. And you can definitely smell it on the nose. This is very different to all the Macallans that we ever tried. It's actually very different to any Macallan that I have had before on the nose. It has like, it's almost like more like toffee and vanilla orientated instead of those spicy notes. This is actually very, very interesting. Yeah, wow, that's actually more relatable to the fine oaks that they do, that they started releasing in 2014, that has a lot more American oak presence, but it's very, very different. Very different Macallan. If you, nowadays, this got just released in Australia, so you can probably still find a bottle of this for $180, $200. Again, I would recommend to buy 2 bottles and one for drink and one to keep. This is definitely worth having, and it would be very different to any other Macallans out there. So hopefully you enjoyed this show, and we'll see you next time. Slàinte ba.